One, I'm live again. Let me just adjust my lighting. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. Sophia here. And 3 weeks ago, I was supposed to do this live on deploying a Streamlit application on Sevala hosting. But the issue was that I could not deploy Streamlit on Sevala. For some reason, I don't even know why. And if you're just joining, ignore the background noise. I have my fan on, it's very loud, and my neighbor is driving out, so the car too is very loud. Before I start, I'd love to share this on social media. Wait, I'm streaming to both. Let me just confirm that I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch. Okay, Twitch says I'm live. Let me just go to YouTube. Yeah, so it looks like I'm live too on that. All right, let me just share this a bit on socials. I always keep forgetting my social accounts. Ish. Okay, so this time around, I promise to do things right. I promise to do things right. Just screenshot it. Uh, Live on Twitch and YouTube. Playing a Streamlit up live on YouTube. Yeah, to redeem myself because because the last stream was very bad. Uh, Link below. For some reason, I don't know why it's always better to add the link below than in your to add the link in the comments as if you're tweeting on Twitter than for you to add it in the main post. I have no idea why. I think it sort of helps the traction or something. So deploying a Streamlit app live on Twitch. Yes, read the message because last one was really messy. Let me try doing the same thing. Let me try the same thing here. So if you're just joining, you can let me know where you are connecting from. It would be really nice to know where people are connecting from. Because that's what struggling. Okay. Just made a post on Twitter and LinkedIn. Okay, so and then another thing, I think I have my Twitter opened on my phone so I can read comments. Well, let me just set that up, get that up and running. Looks like I can watch my own video, which sucks. Let me switch back to the secondary account. And let me see if I can pull this up. I just want to pull up the switch. Sorry, I want to pull up the YouTube link so I can view the comments in case there is any. And hold on. So that is up. Uh, switch to is up. So if I get the comment, I will be able to see that. Right. So in the last stream, I think the stream I did 2 weeks ago, I had to unlist the video on my channel on YouTube. I tried to deploy Streamlit on several hosting. Several hosting is a very, very amazing platform. Really easy to use, but for some reason I could not deploy Streamlit, and I think it had to do with something about self-hosting. The Streamlit application is really hard. So today in this stream, we are going to be deploying Streamlit project on the Streamlit community cloud. That will make it really easy for me to yeah, that will make it really, really easy for me to deploy it. So let me see if I can get the chat overlaid by the side. Ah, does that make sense? Uh, it doesn't really make sense given the fact that I'm going to be sharing my screen. Uh, okay, so I'll just be checking the comments as the time goes. Hopefully, this hosting takes less than an hour. Hopefully, it takes an hour. I don't know. Let's just see how it goes. Um, okay, yeah, so let me share my screen. For some reason, I should see other window, but the only window I'm seeing is only that of my Chrome. So first off, this is the project. So this is the project, and just a quick recap. This is the resume AI assistant that lets me generate a draft resume using Gemini AI and a bunch of information that I'm feeding to it. Let me just check the structure of this just to be sure that. No. Okay. So yeah, so this is it. When I run the project, I get to add information like contact information, professional experience, education experience. You know what? Let me just run this. Let me run the project and show you how it looks like. Uh, Whenever you're playing around with Python projects where you installed tools, you installed anything, always ensure that you activate and create your virtual environment. VNV, oh sorry, it's VNV being activated. So source VNV being activated. So always ensure that you create and you activate your virtual environment. So every package, every dependency, everything that you'll be installing would be within that virtual environment. Okay, so to run it, I think it's Streamlit run app.py because app.py is the main. Let me select an interpreter. Hold on. So app.py is the main page. This is the main Streamlit page. Now the reason why I love Streamlit a lot is that Streamlit lets me Creates UI components. I am very very bad at user interface or creating the front end stuff, but Streamlit lets me, create UIs and I just focus on writing the logic. So in this project, I use Streamlit to create the components and I focus mostly on how Gemini interacted, the response, how the response was formatted. So for me to access this, I do this here. And this is the project. So let me just push it through. So this is the project. You get to add your email address, your full name, your personal website if you have any, your LinkedIn profile, what job title you are aiming for. So if you are currently learning front end development, you can just write junior front end development, your years of experience if you have any. It's fine if you don't have. Your professional experience, like if you've worked on an open source project, if you've collaborated with someone, if you worked on a hackathon, that could serve as a professional experience, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And then you add your educational background if you study computer science or not. I did not study computer science, so I just left that blank or just keeps it. Then your technical skill, what tools do you use? For me, I use Python, so I just get to add Python here and some other tools like Django, Flask, SQL, etc., etc. And then if you have any certifications, you can add them, the name of the certification and the link. If you have any project that you want to share, the recent project that was really difficult for you to build and really, really useful, at least to you, you can add them. The reason why I added this project section is because for people that are very new to tech, that don't really know much on that don't really have much experience, they may not have professional experience, but they definitely have projects that they want to share. So they can easily add that. And once you click generate resume, it generates a draft resume that you can use to build out your own resume. So I'm just going to be playing around with this just to show you how it works. Domi at school, Sophia Iridian. Personal website, sophia.me. LinkedIn the LinkedIn. Of course, all these are like dummy information. Backend developer, years of experience, let's see, four. Um, professional experience. Works at company X, Y, Z. See backend developer intern. From April 2020, we're in 2025, so 2024 to September 2024. Um, Worked at company ABC as a backend developer. Let's say as a junior backend developer. Now, the reason why I'm writing this in a sentence is that there's an incredible thing that this tool does that I really want to show you. So it takes one line experience that you gave it, and it gives you something substantial, something that makes your resume looks good, looks nice. So um, worked at ABC Agenda Developer from December 2024 till we're in May, right? Yeah, May 2025. Educational background, no. Technical skill, Python. Django, Docker, etc., etc., etc. No, sorry, not etc. Python, Django, SQL. No certificates, no project. So when you click on this generate resume, so it takes time. I think, well, no, I think, yes, it does take time. So now it's generated the resume and it added your contact information, it added your information and made it better, like resume worthy, exceptional resume worthy. So it's has my email, my profile, my portfolio, my full name. Then it gave me a professional summary, and the summary says highly motivated and result oriented backend developer with experience in Django, Python, Flask, etc., etc. Then this is what I wanted to show you, the experience, the professional experience. So remember, we just gave it a bunch of one liner, and it took that one liner and converted it to something more substantial. It gave it bullet points like developed and maintained backend APIs using Python, and Django collaborated with the front end developers, implemented SQL queries, used Docker for containerization and deployment. Um, then, yeah, it said assistance, assisted senior devs in building and testing backend features, gained experience with Docker and containerization, contributed with optimization, etc. So what this does is it looks at your technical skills and it's like, okay, so as a backend intern, this is what you are likely to do in a company. So it generates this and it gives it to you in your resume. Now it's entirely up to you to remove what is right and what is wrong. But the essence of this is just to give you a building block, like it's to give you a foundation on what you can build further upon for your resume. So if you still have more experiences, you can use this format. Yeah, you can use this format, change the company name, change the date, and add more information. And this beefed up your resume. I mean, look at the professional experience going from two lines to what's one, two, three, four to four bullet points per experience. Really, really crazy, in my honest opinion. And since I did not define education, it gave me like a template, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, university name, graduation year. If you don't want to add your education, is entirely up to you. You can remove this. Then the technical skill. This is another beautiful part about this. So it took the technical skill that I already listed and it categorized them. So it's added the programming language, the framework, the database, the tools. So if you have a bunch of technical skills like Python, JavaScript, Next, Django, Flask, Fast API, Docker, Kubernetes, GitHub, Jira, Slack, etc., etc. It's going to take those skills and categorize them into different formats. That way, if they run your resume through an ATS, which is an applicant tracking system, it makes your it's sort of goes through your resume and see that your experiences fits with the job that you're trying to apply for, hopefully getting you your first interview. And then since I did not add certification, it didn't add anything on certification, the same on projects. But the beautiful thing about projects is if you did not add that, it's already give you a template where you add your project title, your brief description, the brief description of the project or the role you played in this project. So if you collaborated with someone, you built the backend or you built the UI, you can write the project title and what you did. Like I built the user interface of the project. I used to X to Y to Z to build this. And then if you want, you can go further to add the YouTube, sorry, not the YouTube, the project live URL or the source code. mostly for backend developer, they would definitely add the source code more than front end. But yeah, so this is how it is. And now another thing that came into my mind is okay, this resume has been generated, the draft is ready, but I still want the user to be able to edit some things, remove things that they think is not true, remove things that change things or improve on some wordings that they want to do. I decided to add this download as TX as docs and TXT. Unfortunately, the TXT did not work. I might have to remove this, or more like uh yeah, well, I'll definitely have to remove this or work on the feature for the TXT to work. But right now, you can download this as a .docx, and when you open that on your laptop, it lets you edit things. So yeah, this is the project. It's very basic. It's very small, but the reason I did this was actually for my cousin. Um, she always bugs me about generate the resume for me, generate a portfolio for me, stuff like that. And I don't have the time to be doing it every single time because every time I share it with her, it, either she misplaces it or I misplace it. Then. But this just lets her impute it as, just give it simple information and it generates a better, a structured way for you. Although, if you want to make the best out of this project, if you want to make the best out of this, I would advise to give it as much information as you want to give it, and then it's going to give you a more accurate resume. And then another thing is, I do not just want to create any resume generator. There are so many out there. What I wanted was to create an ATS approved resume, a resume that would help you get the job interview, or that at least would pass the ATS. As I said earlier, ATS is an applicant tracking system. So I'm going to check live to see if I have any comments. Okay, I don't have any comments. Ouch. But yeah, so this is the project. This is how it is, and you can download it as a doc or stuff like that. Now, my aim is to take this project and deploy it, to push it online, to share it with my friends, so that they can play around with it or they can use it in their day to day. And that is where Streamlit Community Cloud comes in play. The Streamlit Community Cloud, I will be adding the link to the video description probably after the stream. Yeah, but this is where Streamlit Community Cloud comes into play. So I guess I can just, all right. So I have this. Okay, I need to make some pushes. So I deleted some things because, as I said, I was trying to deploy this project on serverless. I tried using through Docker. I can't remember what went wrong because it didn't work. I tried using Nginx, didn't quite work. I tried setting up a those Streamlit config toml file, did not work. But I promised myself that I am going to find out more about. I'm going to find out how to do this. That's how to self-host the Streamlit application very, very soon. So I needed to make some push and delete the things that I delete some things that I deleted locally on the production repo. So GitHub add GitHub commit. Whenever I am writing a commit message, I try to be as detailed as possible and not to write a one line commit. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but it's like something in me already. So updated readme file. Let me check the status again. So I can just add this other one. I'm gonna comment it as deleted unimportant docs. And then I'm gonna push it. Let's push. And yeah, so it's did make the push, and I just have to commit that, and those information has gone out. So now next thing I can do is to come back here and deploy my URL. So when you sign up on the Streamlit Community Cloud, you would definitely have to link your GitHub if the source code is on GitHub. I genuinely think that your source code would be on GitHub, but if it's not on GitHub, then you can do any other format. But let me show you the other formats. Yeah, so when you click on create app, you should see yes, deploy from GitHub or from a template or from a private app on Snowflake. And then you can do that or from private, and then you can just let me close that tab. Then you can do that. But mine GitHub is on, my project is on GitHub, and yeah, so I can just click here to look for it. Oh, what's the name of it? Resume AI. Um, I do have a lot of fun projects. Resume AI, resume AI. R is after what alphabet? Okay, yeah, so it's here. Resume AI, main branch, of course, main branch, and the main file path is the app.py. And what should I name it? Resume assists. So resume app. And if you click on this advanced setting, you can set your Python version and your secret key or things that you may have added in your environment variable. I had already added my Gemini API key there, so I will not be sharing that because I got hacked recently, and that has taught me to take a lot of things much, much, much more serious, like protecting my API key. But yeah, so that's by the way, and I can just click on deploy, and I think it should work because I read an article on how to do this last night because I was bored. I couldn't sleep. I was just reading a bunch of articles, and it said that it should work. Uh, I think this was supposed to show us something. I don't know why it's not showing us. Because the article I read, yeah, I read an article and watched the video, and it showed a bunch of things. And looks like our project is live. Ah. Okay, so I'm just gonna try the same thing. I'm going to give it the same dummy information just to be sure that it works. So added experience. I am too lazy to type again, like very, very lazy to type again. So I'm just copying and pasting. Don't ask me. Mm, reply to random number of years of experience, um, technical skills, and I'm still gonna add a bunch of more technical skills. So I see if that separation stuff still works. Django Flags, Next.js, Flags Fast API, Docker, Kubernetes, SQL. What other tools? Jira, Agile, just random information. And we click on generate resume, and it should generate the resume because I added the API key. And yes, so it did work. So my project is live and it can be shared now. So if you want to check it out on resume assist or streamlit.app to check out the tool. But this is how it works. Still gave the bullet point as it did, but I think this time around it's added an extra one. um of course, I did not give it any educational background. And then for the technical skills, it still separated the languages from the frameworks or the library and the DevOps and the tools and the methodology. Then for projects, it gave me like how I should do it by adding the project name, the brief description, the technology used, the key achievements and what I was able to achieve. And then it said include one or two projects. So yes, and then I can download. Let me see if I can download the TXT. And I can. Ah. So I can also download it as docs. And I would have to remove the TXT and probably add it as an issue on the project, open source it, and try to let other people solve it for me. Yeah, so this is how to deploy your Streamlit application on community cloud. For someone that is playing around building hobby projects with Streamlit, Python, and AI, this is really, really, really amazing. Because I mean, I got to build this, give it Okay, so unfortunately, my network tripped off and it's about to trip off for the second time. But I hope I was able to cover everything. I hope I was able to. Let me go through my stream again to know what where I stopped. I don't know. Let me just go through this. I really can't see it well. Just to know where I stopped. Okay, so it seems I showed everything. Yeah, so it seems I showed everything, but yeah, so this is how you can build Python projects in Streamlit and deploy it on their community cloud. It's really easy. I mean, it took just a few clicks, and that's it. So my network is actually about to go off again. I was really hoping for 1 hour, but I couldn't get the 1 hour. But I mean, I was able to show how to deploy it. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Bye. Okay, and yeah, I forgot to mention if you're watching this on YouTube, do well to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do more live streams, so trying to do more thing around building projects in public. So until next time, have a great day. Bye.